Hello, it's Rachel from Orange Grove Nursery, and I am putting away the costumes from Halloween, and I needed to do an update on my work in progress, and now that they're finished and I'm going to put them away, I thought I might as well show them to you as I'm folding them, putting them away. So, for anyone that's not familiar with these characters, myself, my daughter, and my son were characters from Monster High. My husband was also, but I don't have that doll yet. I ordered him off of eBay, but he hasn't come yet, so I can't show you him. But this is what my son, my youngest son, was for Halloween. Deuce, son of Medusa. And my daughter was Draculaura, daughter of Dracula. And I was Frankie Stein, daughter of Frankenstein's monster. My husband was Jackson Jekyll, and I have the doll coming, but he isn't here yet, so I can't show you what he looks like, but it's kind of Frankie's boyfriend, so I had my husband dressed like that because it wasn't too involved. He didn't have to paint his face or anything. He's just kind of a normal looking guy. So this is my daughter's wig. It's kind of gotten messed up from use, but there it is. And the skirt that I made has an attached petticoat sort of a thing. And because Draculaura and Frankie are different colors than just flesh color, I made some sleeves and tights to go with the costume, to go under them, which helps because it's usually pretty cold here in Michigan on Halloween. So this is Draculaura's pink legs, and then I attached the arms to the shirt, and this is the little ruff. I made a necklace to go with it, and she wore it for a party we had on Saturday, but it broke and I didn't have time to fix it again, so she went without on Halloween, but you still get the idea. And here are the little lace leggings that Draculaura wears. And then she also has a vest, bright pink, with lace sleeves attached. So there's that. My daughter absolutely loves Monster High, especially Draculaura. Her favorite color is pink, so that helps. And then I have my son's Deuce hair that I made with little plastic snakes from the dollar store that I painted. And I put a bag on my son's head, and then I put duct tape on top of the bag so I could get the size of his head perfectly. And then I covered it in this scale fabric, and he just loved that. He thought it was cool. And I got some wig caps here. Oh, here is the earrings to my costume, just made out of craft foam, so they're super light. They look like they would be really heavy, but because they're just craft foam, you hardly notice wearing them at all, which is perfect. Because I get headaches really easy. And then I got these thumbtack magnets. They were just magnets to look like thumbtacks, but they were perfect because they were already silver and they're huge, so I used these for my neck bolts, and I attached them with magnets that I actually got for reborning, but they work perfect for this, so I just attached them to my costume with that. And this is the shirt, and I just put the bolt on one side and the magnet on the other side. And of course she has stitches, so I painted those on. And then the tights that go with it. Also with stitches, if you can see that. On Saturday, my daughter and I painted our faces, and it took us so long and we were unhappy with how it felt, so we decided when we went trick-or-treating we were just going to leave it off. This is my belt. I got this one at Salvation Army thrift store for really cheap, so I just put a craft foam buckle on it, and I put some chains on there to look like Frankie's belt, and it worked perfectly. And then my dress, which I just kind of made it up as I went along, but I made the collar really big so that it would look like a doll. But this is my dress, and it also has an attached petticoat that the dolls have on their costumes, so there is that. And I also bought a wig for my costume. This I got off of eBay in a place in China. It was brand new, but it's gotten rather tangled. But the black and white stripes like Frankie has in her hair. So there's my wig. And I made my daughter a little stuffed Count Fabulous, which is Draculaura's pet. Well, now they've changed it. Now Draculaura has a spider, I think, for a pet. But we were going off of the original Monster High, not the new version. But I gave the little bat jointed legs, and she absolutely loved it. And here's the bow tie I made for my husband's Jackson Jekyll costume. He hated trying to tie it. I showed him a couple videos on YouTube of how to tie it, and he just left it off for Saturday's party. So on Monday when we went trick-or-treating, I tied it for him, and he looked really cute, and I hope he appreciated how cute he was in a bow tie. I just thought it was really cute. And this is a cuff bracelet that I made for my son's costume, the Deuce, and this red sunglasses. Mine doesn't have the red sunglasses, but the original Deuce had red sunglasses. And the belt that I made for my son's Deuce costume. My kids didn't even know what this was, but I'm sure those of you that are my generation and previous will know what this was. But I took the insides out so that it would make it lighter, but Deuce's belt had a tape on it, so that's what I did. I found an old tape that I didn't need anymore, and I just gutted it, and I sewed it onto here, so that was Deuce's belt. And then Deuce's shirt. He has a sleeveless shirt, but again, I didn't want my son to freeze. And also Deuce has some snake scales on his left arm, so I thought that was the perfect way to do that, is just to put some flesh fabric on there, and then I painted the scales on. And I hand painted the design on the shirt. And I lined it with fleece so that it would be nice and warm, and then I covered it with a stretchy lycra-like flesh material that matched pretty well with my son's skin tone, so that worked out really well. So not freezing is a good thing. And then my son's vest that goes with his Deuce costume. On the doll, it has this silvery ribbon, which I think is supposed to represent a zipper, but I wanted it to look like the doll, so I went with the ribbon to keep it looking like the doll. And here's my daughter's poor broken necklace. If she ever wants to wear it again, I'll fix it for her, but in the meantime. And then here are my husband's Jackson glasses. They were just dollar store sunglasses, and I popped out the lenses because he doesn't need glasses, so why bother with the lenses? And our makeup that we covered our faces in, and it ended up feeling really horrid, so we got to show you my shoes, my purse, and my tie that I had made for my costume. And this was a replica of Frankie's purse, so I created that so I could carry the camera and maybe some candy if my kids ran out of space in their pumpkins. And my tie and little tie tack, also made out of craft foam. And then my shoes, which I got at Salvation Army's thrift store. They were blue and they had fabric covering the heel. And when I took the fabric off the heel, it was this grayish black, which was perfect. And I just took some paint markers and painted black and white stripes like on her shoes. So I didn't go out trick-or-treating in these because with this really tiny heel and it being so high, I can't walk on grass in this, and trick-or-treating lots of times you have to walk on the grass because the sidewalk is crammed full. And I didn't want to break my ankle, so I wore some other shoes. But when we had the party on Saturday, I wore these, and it was lots of fun, even though they were so high. I don't wear shoes this high, I go for comfort, but it was fun. And it was perfect for Frankie. So, thanks for watching.